Greetings. My name is Andrew Shank. I'm with the Working Pastor, and we're so glad you chose to watch this video today. The topic of our discussion is why every pastor should have an online ministry. That's right. Every pastor needs to have an online ministry, whether it be through your church alone or whether it be a personal ministry or a personal website, whether it be just being on Facebook and putting devotionals and things like that. Every man of God needs to have an online presence, and God is using this sort of thing, and it's something I want to talk to you about in this video. Very quickly, let me just highlight a few reasons why we need to have an online presence. First of all, it's a generational thing. You know, years ago, people would get the paper off their doorstep, and they'd bring it in the house and sit down at the table and drink a cup of coffee and eat their breakfast and enjoy the morning paper. Well, nowadays people aren't getting the newspaper. Some are, and you ask any newspaper producer, publication, that sort of thing, they'll tell you that people are going online for their news nowadays. And so anyhow, people of my generation, they're going and sitting down with a cup of coffee, reading their favorite blogs, and checking out the latest news on their favorite websites, and they're checking their email. And you know, it's just a generational thing. It's nothing wrong, but the reason why I bring that up is that, you know, if we're going to reach people, we're going to need to reach them through the internet. You know, we only have a certain size of influence of friends, or circle of friends, and if you know, we just keep, and there's nothing wrong with this. In some places, I mean, all you have is a small, close-knit network of people that you're ministering to, but you can broaden that, and we need to broaden and reach outside that little circle and have a worldwide influence in some cases. Case in point, just recently, I posted an article, 101 Ways to Help Your Pastor. I'm sure most of that's watching this video, you've already either read that post or you've seen somebody else post it on Facebook and that sort of thing. But you know, that thing is growing. It is the most popular post on our site as of right now. But when I did that, the very same day, I believe it was, there was a fellow from the island of Haiti, and he was a preacher, and he wanted to thank me for posting that. I mean, just within a few hours of putting that online, this guy left a comment, or sent an email. Yeah, he sent an email to me. That's how it happened. And he left a comment there and said, "Hey, thank you for this. I'm going to read it to my church on Sunday morning." And as far as I know, he did. He gave me permission to post that email content on the comment section of that particular post, and I'm thankful for that. You know, that was instant gratification for me. But you know, far beyond that, here a few years ago, when we started on deputation, raising financial support to go out and start an independent Baptist church, I should say, to be more specific there, out in Blair, Nebraska, just north of Omaha. We started deputation, raising funds to do that. About a year in deputation, we looked into getting a website. A lot of missionaries already had one. I wanted one. We started one, built it through a friend, and it's called togetherinthegap.com. Again, that's togetherinthegap.com. You can learn more about our ministry by going to that website. I'll put the link below here. But moving on, we started that website. We started collecting email addresses, and we began to have a newsletter that went out from our ministry website. And, you know, God bless that. It grew. We're almost at 1,000 email addresses now, about a year and a half, 2 years into this, and we're excited. But back in '09, I think it was in the springtime. I can't remember the exact month. It may have been May or April. I can't remember. Well, maybe it was May or June. Anyhow, in the springtime of '09, we were going out west for several meetings. And as we were traveling, we got to O'Fallon, Illinois, and broke down on the east side of the Mississippi River there just before we get to St. Louis. And, man, we were disappointed, brokenhearted. I went to my website, put together a little emergency newsletter, newsflash, emailed it out. At that time, it was just a couple hundred email addresses that we had. That same day, or the next morning, it was the same day, a fella wanted to know what was going on, and he basically sent us some money via Western Union to help with our need. We had to order parts out. It took several days to fix the van, but by the time I left O'Fallon, Illinois, God had provided the financial need I had to take care of the extra nights in the motel, take care of our vehicle repair, to take care of all our food while we were there, to fill up the tank with gas, amen, and buy supper that night, and got us back on track. You know, God provided. Now, when that happened, I realized that God used our website to do that. Now, He could have provided it many other ways, but He took care of it right then. Never had to use my credit card. God took care of it. So what I'm getting at, folks, is that God knows our need, and He is utilizing the web. Once that happened to me, I realized the vast importance of it. Again, you know, people of my generation, they're, instead of getting a paper and drinking their coffee in the morning and eating breakfast, people are eating breakfast, drinking coffee, checking their email and their favorite blogs and websites. And we need to be reaching out and have an online presence. A couple of things real quick, moving on. You know, there's several different ways you can utilize a website. There's two different type formats. One is what I call just a plain website. It's set up differently, but you know, there's a little more involved in it, but it's user friendly in most cases, and it doesn't really cost a whole lot to even get started. But you can also go and have what I call a blog, and it's more of a diary. And I'm using that. In fact, the Working Pastor is built on a blogging platform. My website I mentioned a moment ago, togetherinthegap.com, which I hope that you'll go visit at some time, that's built on a website platform, Joomla to be exact. I say all that to say this, to keep it simple here. You can have an online presence for free. You can do that for free, or you can spend really as much as you want. You know, a good-sized church, a couple hundred people, there's no reason why you couldn't have, you know, maybe $1,000, $1,500 investment in a real solid website, you know, where you're posting live video, live feeds during your services. You know, you have to spend some money on all of that, but you probably already got most of what you need anyhow, and you just got to connect the web, your website, with your sound booth, amen. And but you know, there's a lot of things you can do with that. Or you can just, you know, post sermon outlines like I do, and devotional thoughts and that sort of thing. And you know, as you build a following, you know, man, you're ministering to people. Like the guy in Haiti I mentioned a moment ago, like the folks that we sent out our newsletter to, and they heard about the need that we had, and felt impressed with the Lord to send us some finances to take care of that need. You know, there's all kinds of ways. But let me say this: since I started utilizing Facebook, which many of you probably already are on, and beginning to connect with more of my friends from high school and things like that, I've been able to use our websites and use our online presence to help many of the folk that I went to school with. And so what I'm saying is, Pastor, I don't care how old you are. I don't care how disconnected you might think you are with using a computer. Find somebody to type for you. You need to have an online presence. You can post your audio sermons, you can post video, you can post just printed documents and things, and you can have fun with it, and God will use that. And if you reach just one soul for Christ through that, all of that is worth it. So, Pastor, you need to have an online presence. I could say a whole lot more. The video's getting a little long here. I don't want to lose your attention. But again, please, please consider the fact of having an online presence. In fact, I'll do this for you. If you're interested, maybe you just have some more questions, why don't you email me, and I'll have the email link below. But email me at Andrew Shank, and that's AndrewSchank @gmail.com. Why don't you email me your question, and I'll do what I can to help you get started with a website. You can give me a call. My phone number is fixing to change here in a few weeks, but right now it's 701-870-4176. Again, that's 701-870-4176. Again, that number is going to change, but give me a call, email me, respond, you know, to this document, leave a comment on our website. I will get with you. I want to help you if you have questions. And like I say, you can do it for free, or you can put a little money into it and have more and more exciting website to offer people. But again, take a moment and share this video, your comments and what have you, on Facebook and Twitter. Leave a comment on our website. We would love for you to be able to be a part of our fan page on our website and on Facebook. And so you can find all those links below here in the information portion of this video. But we want to encourage you, please, whatever you do, pray about this type of thing, and God will bless it and honor it. Again, thank you for your time, and if we can be of help to you, please contact us. Pastor, I want to help you. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you.